Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. We have Craig and Shaka. Frank is with us.
It's like the English Premier League. Sorry, if you've just switched on now, I know you don't know what I'm talking about, but you'll have to go back and look. I'm not explaining, right? It's like the Australian A-League. The team at the top are Auckland, right? Now, geography wasn't my strongest point, but I mean, I'm not bad. Yeah. Auckland is where, Shaq?
New Zealand.
Right.
Gonna go for?
It's like the English Premier League or the EFL. They have teams from Wales in it. Make your mind up. Ban them.
You know what? He's already getting opinions on the A-League. This is where it starts. This is where it starts, Frank. He's going to be an A-League enthusiast by the end of the year, I can guarantee it.
No, listen, I've got an idea.
Me to send Craig to Australia.
I've got an idea.
You will have to find another corner. You have to find the enthusiastic corner of Craig.
I've got an idea, and I'm going to pitch this to the bosses that I actually think you guys will quite like it. I only come on for the A-League segments.
Yeah.
Marvellous. As long as they're not every day. Only one a week.
This is changing quickly.
Only one a week on a Monday. I don't do much on a Monday anyway.
I hazard a guess it would be like a boomerang and you'd come bouncing back.
What's that?
You, after you.
Oh, that's very... is that an Australian euphemism?
Maybe.
You know, very generic. All Australians throw boomerangs, do they? Hey.
First question, Craig.
Put another shrimp on the barbie and all that.
You got to do the accent. Craig, can a signing...
Our boss is Australian.
There you go.
Well, one of them. What trouble are we going to be in now? I know he watches this every night.
No, we're not going to be in trouble.
Well, let's go. Frank's late.
Craig, can a signing solve the passive nature of Arsenal's attacking threat, or is it always going to be a low-ceiling version of Pep Ball as long as Arteta is in charge?
Well, it hasn't really been. There's been a lot of good stuff from Arsenal in the last couple of years. It's a little bit sort of pedestrian at times at the moment, but I think a spark up front, a better player, a better finisher, a better link-up player, all that stuff I think can only help, can it not? It's not going to make you weaker. It's going to make you stronger.
Okay. Shaka.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
3 Points body spray by Stevie Nicol. It just made me laugh, the name.
A what? What is it?
3 Points body spray.
3 points body spray. What does that mean?
What's Stevie's quote? Something about winning is the...
Oh, it's the deodorant.
Deodorant
Yes.
of something.
That's where it's come from.
All right, okay.
Winning is the deal.
You'll have to ask Stevie.
Yeah.
I won't do it justice.
Yes.
I won't do it
Yeah,
justice.
you've got to get the great philosopher to say it.
Ask Stevie. I don't know.
Hey, Shaka, given the way Newcastle's been playing lately, do you think they've got what it takes to win the League Cup? And as the mayor of Newcastle, if they pull it off, will you hop on a plane to celebrate with the team?
Well, I'll join in Craig and send Craig to Australia. I'll go to Newcastle happily. To the question, I still feel the other semi-final, Liverpool are the best team in English football right now. So that's a big leap. It's a one-off game, I know, so there's always that chance. But Newcastle, I said this on the weekend, Newcastle are the form team in English football right now. And to go to the Emirates to get the result, I know there's some good fortune about it. You start to kind of believe a little bit here.
Okay.
Questions are very long, aren't they?
Oh, because there's a bit of a shorter one. Frank, since we saw a good Manchester United at Anfield, are we likely to see a bad United at the Emirates this weekend?
According to Shaka, and he's nodding, yes. Yeah. But yeah, it's possible because we have no reason to think that everything is going back to the right path. You know, they've done a good game, but it was mostly because Liverpool didn't do the job. And I think the mentality, what they showed was pride, and I liked it. I liked the fact that they reacted, that they fought hard to go back into the game, to keep on working hard and to get the draw. But you hardly can make a statement from that, so you will have to wait for much more to see if it's getting better. And well, Arsenal's going to be upset because of the result tonight, so it's going to be a big task for United to beat them.
Craig, who needs to win the Carabao Cup more?
Nobody.
Arteta, Eddie Howe or Postecoglou?
Postecoglou. Newcastle were in the Carabao Cup final a year or two ago.
2 years. Yep.
2 years ago. Manchester United didn't play badly, but lost in the end. But their league form, Newcastle, is such that obviously for Newcastle it will be huge, because I think it's, as we heard for those that listen to commentary tonight, was it 1950s or something since the last? So it's been a while for a big club, but it's not affecting Eddie Howe's job per se, because the league form has been excellent. Shaq mentioned it. It's about the league for Arteta, let's be honest, and for Postecoglou, his league form is poor, and so therefore if he could chuck a trophy in, that would maybe help, would definitely help his issues in the league. So out of those three, he's the man that needs to grab something quickly, either a run of form in the league, which looks unlikely, or a Carabao Cup, which I have to say, 2 legs against Liverpool, also looks unlikely, but he needs it.
You should be supporting him with your new Aussie ways.
Well, I am. I sort of, yeah. I get a feeling when I land in Melbourne or wherever it is I'm going, that's not going to be the first thing immigration says to me. So I think I'm all right.
You think you're okay?
Yeah,
okay, good
Where
luck.
am I going, by the way, Shaq?
Away.
Just away.
With much of the US in a deep freeze, can the boys share memories of the coldest game they've ever played in? Was it worse sitting on the bench or playing in such cold weather?
I was worse sitting on the bench. Playing, you can cope. You learn how to cope. I'll also say, it doesn't get as cold in England as it does here, say in the northeast of the US. I mean, what we've been enjoying last few days has been absolute. I don't think anybody can play football in these conditions. It's awful.
The coldest I must have, Aberdeen on the North Sea, on a midweek sort of evening when that cold, sleety rain is blowing in off the
horizontal
off the ocean, and these days for the most part they can go in the dressing room and they've got at least two kits, haven't they? Jack, they get full change. Back then, because the kit men were lazy. Not them all. The kit men always moaned. They never had the money for a second kit. So you always had the one kit. Once you go in there at half time and you're soaking wet, it doesn't dry in 15 minutes. And when you sit down, oh my God, when that referee, you're actually like, please take me off. Because when the whistle goes or the bell goes to go back out, you're like, oh my God.
I'll tell this story. So 2007, I'm playing with FC Dallas. First game of the season, we go to the West Coast, we play LA Galaxy. We then come back out east and we play New York Red Bull. And a nor'easter blows in. So we go from the heat of LA to the northeast of the US and a nor'easter blows in. And it is frigid. I mean, it is pelting with rain, it is cold. Half time, 3 players, 1 from our team, 2 from New York, have to come off with hypothermia. Do you catch hypothermia? I don't know what you do with hypothermia, but they had to come off. They could not continue. That's the coldest I've felt playing a football match.
Oh my goodness. Any stories to share, Frank?
Two, in fact. One, when I was at Strasbourg, it was better to be on the bench because we had a frozen pitch. It was very cold. It's like Connecticut in winter. And we had the snow and we had a frozen field, but it wasn't heated. So it was like ice on the field. But on the bench, they had a heater just below the seats. So it was nice. They were warm and they were happy to be there. They don't want to come on. And we played in Tromsø, which is like, I would say 500 miles away from the North Pole. We played with Chelsea in the Champions League. And Vialli had a hell of a game. We lost 3-2, but Vialli scored 2 goals and he was a great guy on the field, happy to play under the snow. We had to stop 3 times to play in the second half because we couldn't see the lines anymore. And I remember jumping and doing head against head with a striker, and I fell on the snow, and I had a kind of a butt how do you call that? Yeah, bum in my butt, my head, and the striker, my head, and the striker took the snow and said, Frank, do you need a little bit of ice? That would be good for you. But it was crazy cold over there, and again, in the bum, not something else.
But, hold me butt.
Oh, he was freezing his backside off.
Easy to get them too confused, Frank. No worry. Sometimes I want.
Tell you what, though, it's bitter over here, isn't it?
Oh, it's freezing. It is freezing, yes.
But it gets really. People don't realise it gets really bitter. But you know, I don't want to elongate this, but back in the day, I don't want to go. Well, back in the day, it was. Back in the day, it was. But these days, they'll put the tights on and all that, won't they?
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't mean like a pair of tights.
Very
but,
American now.
And gloves and all the gear. Back in the day. Back in the day, that was frowned upon.
Yeah, used to get hammered.
Like you'd maybe try and slip a glove on in the dressing room, see if anybody noticed.
You'd get hammered.
Before you even get one on, somebody would be like, "What's that you're putting on?" Like, oh, nothing. I'm just. You couldn't even put. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't manly back
But
then.
there are still those players in that weather that you see with the short
Yeah.
sleeves on.
Yeah.
Just like.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get
breeze.
frowned upon now if you came out like with a big hoodie ever in the field, but
Gross.
like gloves. Even now in the better weather, some of the players they wear gloves. Back in the day,
Back in the day.
you'd have got hammered, so you had to. You had a choice. My teammates are going to absolutely hammer me, and so the crowd, or I get close to freezing to death, and I'm afraid it's the latter.
Yeah, I'll choose freeze to death.
Yeah. I chose
It
freezing.
doesn't get cold in Australia, does it? Just asking for a friend.
It does, but not like this.
It gets cold in the summer, right?
Yes. Well, yes.
Down south. Yeah.
Down south.
Yeah.
That's all.
Frank,
I could swim with great whites.
Redfin says, I am coming to Paris next week from the United States. What places should I visit?
Oh.
What plays you got going on?
Oh, well, I would say from the first to the 17 districts of Paris, you can go and walk and just look up, because it's like London. It's an open door museum. It's absolutely beautiful. You have history everywhere. You have explanations also in English everywhere, like Notre Dame, like of course the Champs-Élysées, the Eiffel Tower, the Montmartre. That everywhere in Paris is beautiful between the 1st and the 17th district. The 18th, 19th, and 20th is a little bit, I would say, a shamble, but yeah, you should avoid. But otherwise, go there, just walk, enjoy, and it's beautiful. Yeah, again, like you can feel it when you're in London and you walk down the street.
The Saint-Germain area, is that right, Frank? Saint-Germain?
Yes,
That's where
Saint-Germain.
we
Yeah.
stayed.
Yeah.
That's why you're officially allowed to go there and put your fries on top of your pasta.
It's all
right, Steve.
Is
If Steve McManaman can do it, you can do it. That's a bit of a question, though, isn't it?
Oh my God.
I'm going to Paris. Where should
That's
I go
where-
and visit?
Saint-Germain is where Hemingway. Yeah,
Maybe they wanted to
Saint-Germain
think a little outside
it
of the
was the
box.
place. Saint-Germain was the place where Hemingway used to go and discuss with the other writers and starting to do some philosophy about life, drinkings, and enjoying their lives. That was a very spiritual place in almost a century ago.
Frank, you didn't give Redfin your address.
No, Frank will pick him up in his moped.
Yeah. Okay.
Cheap.
Okay.
I thought you might want to invite one of the viewers over to your house while they're in Paris.
I don't live in Paris. I live alongside Paris, close to
Okay.
the American Cemetery in Suresnes, which is very nice. So you can come over, and we'll invite you for sure. With that, Radvin? Yeah, I
Radvin.
invite you anytime you send. Yeah,
Oh, dear.
okay, whatever.
It's
Call
on
me.
camera
Give me
now.
my number.
Yeah.
Give him my number.
All right, that'll do it for the latest edition of Extra Time.
I'm
Thank
going
you
to
so
Paris.
much.
Where should I go visit that big thing?
You got to Paris back in the day.
Back in the day.